Hello everyone, I hope you are fine, and I'm joining you in this special video. We're going to talk about the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. In this slide we will speak about the history of IPCC, what it is, and we will talk about how it is established and what is its impact and its role in solving the impact of climate change, and we will talk about a lot of things during this special uh, presentation. I hope you stay and watching this video until the end to understand the role of IPCC, because it's very important for everyone who wanna engage with the climate policy or climate change in general. To understand this issue, you have to engage with the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, because it is a scientific based platform that bringing all the scientific and all the experts from around the world to come and to give us a, a fact that the human anthropogenic is affecting our earth. It is making a big challenge for the people around the world. And this slide is the title of the from far to R7, understanding the IPCC. We're gonna understand what is far and what is R, because the first assessment report coming with FAR, they named it as F for the first, A for the assessment, R for the report. They said this is the first assessment report. They established this in 1990. We're going to speak about the first report and come until the last assessment report that we are currently it is running now, and any report taking around 5 to 7 years, because they are working hard to collect fact and doing a deep research with all the scientific from around the world to tell us that there is a big uh, challenge that we will see currently and in the future, and they are encouraging the change maker and the policy maker to push and to take their right, because the IPCC doesn't has it is not binding, or it is not offering or telling the government what they do, but it is giving them the basic the scientific base, and giving them the data, giving them the fact that there is an issue and they have to start. Okay, we're gonna learn about all of this. Let's go and see what I'm bringing to you in this session. Here we go. We're going to speak about introduction to the IPCC. The IPCC serves as the United Nations primary scientific authority on climate change, providing vital assessment to guide global climate policy based on shared scientific understanding rather than political interest. So it means that the IPCC is going to give us scientific based data, scientific based fact, and telling us uh, the, the impact of climate change, and giving us a report from a lot of others, a lot of scientific experts, and, 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 and working in this phase, that helping us to give us a clear data, giving us a clear information about climate change, and helping us to understand what is going on, and pushing the climate policy forward to giving us a clear solutions. What is the purpose of the IPCC? As you said, that the IPCC is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, was established to offer comprehensive assessment for climate science. Its role ensures that policymakers have access to rigorous and relevant scientific information to inform climate-related decisions without the influence of political basis. It means that it is working hard to give them a good data to let them start and to let them to work hard to solve the impact of greenhouse gases that affecting the atmosphere and affecting all the planet. So the IPCC, this report has a lot of information. It has a deep and information about climate change from the three working groups. We're gonna talk about the three working groups that working hard and giving us the general of the assessment report. They're giving us a deep information, but the decision maker and policy makers, they are not expert, they are not engaging with the climate policy or climate science, so they need just a brief. So the IPCC giving them a brief policy paper that giving them just a direct data, direct information, direct fact to let them know that there is a problem with the basic information and easy method. Okay, composition and structure. The structure of the IPCC, it includes all the countries that under the United Nations. So 195 countries that they are member of this panel. So the panel, it is voluntary, so it doesn't has job data. You are working under the IPCC as a voluntary based, without salary, without a job description. You are working for free and giving us your information, giving us your expert to have a clear vision about what is coming in the future. So it is uh, the the member that they are joining the IPCC by the nomination from the country focal point that nominating the experts to engage with the IPCC. So it is under the United Nations. So all the countries that member of the United Nations, that they are in charge to be a member and to be the chair of the IPCC. Reports overview and function. So the IPCC report are not policy prescriptions, but rather serve to inform negotiations and frameworks like UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement. So the UNFCCC is a framework that established in 1992. It has a good vision and good direct objective to reduce the human anthropogenic that affect our earth, and that encourage the countries to reduce the emission of the greenhouse gases. And we have also the Paris Agreement established in 2015. Also it has a target by stabilizing the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere without affecting our planet, and there has a goal 1.5 Celsius degrees, and encourage all the countries to stabilize the greenhouse gases under this level. It doesn't allow it to raise to Celsius degrees. So the IPCC helping the UNFCCC and helping the Paris Agreement with the deep fact and telling them what is happening every 5 to 7 years, giving us an assessment report with the new information, the new data, telling us what is going on, and telling us if our mechanism or if our framework is working well, or it is need us to push it fast to reach our goal. The past climate action. So it is helping the countries, helping the members, helping all the nations to have a clear there is a legal document from any country that they are showing all the members and showing the world what their pledge and what's their goals to reduce the emissions, and what they will do to help the all the members and help all the people around the world to reduce the climate impact. So it is joint work, it is multilateral work, so it is need from all the members to work together to find a direct solution, and it is not legally binding, so you could not judge any country members to tell them that why you didn't did this, why, and to tell them do this and not do that. No, we could not do that because it is Paris Agreement coming with a voluntary, legally agreement that just to encourage the countries to to push them and to let them to engage with the climate change, but doesn't has any legal or any punishment for country to tell them to do or to not do that. But they created the NDCs. NDCs, it is an article under the Paris Agreement. The NDCs, it is the only paper that all the countries writing all their goals and what they wanna do in the adaptation agenda, what they gonna do in the mitigation agenda, what is the emission that they wanna going to reduce or to cut, and what is their greenhouse gases goals, and has an indicator that helping them to show the world that what they're working on, that the IPCC helping us to have a clear NDCs, because the NDCs has like business as usual. Business as usual, it is a baseline for the greenhouse gases that helping the countries that let them understand their level of the greenhouse gas production, and how much they wanna reduce by 5 years, because the NDCs updating every 5 years, or submitting after every 5 years, but they are can update the NDCs during the 5 years, but every 5 years they must submit another NDCs, but it is open for updating. The history of the IPCC, it established in 1988. So 1988, this is the establishment of the IPCC. But before the 1988, there is a lot of conferences, a lot of actions happened, pushing us to have this amazing intergovernmental panel, like the 1972, the Stockholm. They said that we want to have intergovernmental panel or a global platform that could help us to give us direct indicators, help us with the scientific work to show us if the climate change is affecting us, or the climate change will affect our future. After that, there is 1975, there is a great paper established showing us that there is an impact of climate change, and 1975 is the first year that mentioned the global warming by the name. That name show us that there is that give us a question: are we going to have a global warming? Yeah. After that, being like that's the problem. After that, 1972, the first climate world conference, also being like the base of establishing the IPCC, because in 1972 we had two international bodies, the World Meteorological Organization and the United Nations Environment Program. These two institutions work together to have us the IPCC. So the World Meteorological Organization and the United Nations Environment Program, they are the responsible of establishing the IPCC. And in 1988, we have the IPCC. After 2 years, 1999, in 1999, they give us a first assessment report in 1990. So 1988, in response to growing scientific concern about climate change, and IPCC was established in 1988 by the World Meteorological Organization and United Environment program established by the United General Assembly, as we said before. Here's the first assessment report. They mentioned FAR, as we said. They said that we have to name the first report by FAR, the second report by SAR, they said FAR, SAR, and the third even by TAR, TAR, but they come into the fourth, it is coming to the same word of F. The four start with F and the first start with of. They said that, oh, we're gonna confuse the people that will following the next reports. They said that we will stop using the first word and the middle and the end of the word of the report, like the F of the first and the A of the assessment and the R of the report. They said just we will use the first of the middle assessment and the last of the R report. They said we will use just a R. But the 1990, the first report, they said is named by acronym FAR. The FAR was a great assessment because it's the first time all the scientific coming and giving us a clear fact and clear science data, science based, showing us that the atmosphere or the temperature is rising by the human since the pre-industrial level by 0.3 to 0.6 or rising fast because of the human people. Okay, here as we said, the second assessment report, they named it as SAR. They took the first alphabet and the A and the R of the report to name as SAR in 1995. But in 1990, after 2 years, because of this assessment report, the UNFCCC or the Rio de Janeiro Earth halt in Brazil, and the IPCC pushed them to give us the historical summit that bring us to the UNFCCC in 1992. 1992 was the historical year, and 1990 it is also a special year because we have the first assessment report. This is the second assessment report. This also was great because after this assessment report, we get a Kyoto Protocol in 1997. So this was the reason of having the Kyoto Protocol. The Kyoto Protocol also, it is very important protocol because the UNFCCC is a convention, and we could not work. The convention has a goal by reducing the greenhouse gases. Any country has a pledge, and it was to reduce the emissions by 5% by 1990. So that was the goal we want to reach. But the 1992, the UNFCCC, it doesn't has a specific number, or it doesn't has a guideline how we can reach our goal because it's convention. So the convention doesn't work without protocol. In 1995, the assessment, the second assessment report gave us a scientific fact, push us after 2 years to have the Kyoto Protocol. The protocol is helping us to achieve the UNFCCC goals. This is the third assessment report. Also, it has a good information to help us to reduce the greenhouse gas because showing us that global warming is increasing and we need to work on adaptation and mitigation to reduce the impact of climate change. Even this, the fourth assessment report, as we said that now all the coming assessment reports starting with A and R, they said AR. So the AR is assessment report. This is the fourth assessment report coming with the number 4. It means the 4 assessment report in 2007. And this is the the third assessment in 2001, and this in 2007. So it is every 5 years to every 7 years, between 5 to 7 years is the same circle of the assessment. This is the fourth assessment report. Even the assessment report 4 provided evidence confirming human influence on climate, emphasizing the need for rapid emissions reductions to limit warming. Even as every year they are developing the information, developing the data. Even this is the sixth assessment report. This is the last assessment report, and now we are in the circle of the seventh assessment report in 2025 to 2026. This will be until 2027, and in even here it integrated uh, critical fundings that are being utilized in the first global stocktake and the Paris Agreement. So the global stocktake, even in Paris Agreement, is also every 5 years. It's same like the NDCs, and all this helping us to reach our goal, the goal of the Paris Agreement, reducing or stabilizing the greenhouse gas emissions in the atmosphere. Here we finished. Now we after this we will understand uh, directly the impact of climate change, and what is the role of the IPCC in helping us to solve the issue and to push the work forward. This special report of the IPCC. The IPCC special reports address crucial climate-related topics, provided detailed assessments that inform global response and strategies. So the special report of the IPCC, it is not just focusing on specific topics to give us a massive studies on specific case to help us to reach our goal. This is the special reports of the IPCC, and here the managing extreme events. This is SREX, section 2015. The SR special report on managing extreme event. This is the acronym of this report, focusing on the links between climate change and extreme weather events such as heat waves and heavy rainfall. It emphasizes the need for disaster risk reduction. Disaster risk reduction is United Nations uh, institutions, even focusing on the risk of the climate change, and the work for adapting and giving countries have good policies to let them to be resilient with the impact of climate change. Global warming of 1.5, or than 1.5 is the Paris Agreement goal. Okay, outlines the risks associated with the temperature rise of 1.5 compared to 2 Celsius, detailing pathways. So the 1.5 is the Paris, the purpose of Paris Agreement, because they said Paris has a purpose or it has a goal, but in the whole it is pushing us to have the same goal, or the same goal of the 1992 of the UNFCCC, or the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, to reduce the emission or to stabilizing the greenhouse gas emission in the atmosphere. This is global warming of 1.5 Celsius. Here the climate change and land. So this is a special report on climate change and land. S for the special, R report, C climate, C change, L for land. So this is the SRCCL report address the interplay between land use, food security, and climate change. It underscores how land degradation and agricultural practices both contribute to emissions and offer potential mitigation solutions. So this is inside the IPCC report, showing us just the impact of climate change on the land and agriculture use, how it is giving us evidence that the human practice are affecting our earth. All the IPCC work is just wanna giving us a good indicators, giving us a good impact with the data based that the human we have a big bad practice with our earth. Other special report, even the ASHI special report is the in addition to special report on managing extreme weather. This is the SREX means that, and the SR 1.5 this is a global warming goal, and special report on climate change land is SRCCL. The IPCC has released numerous reports on topics like ocean impact and CCS. These reports provide targeted insights that inform special strategies and policy actions in climate adaptation and mitigation. So all the reports that helping us to have a clear policies and clear solution to adapt with climate change. Importance of a special report. Even this is the special reports play a crucial role in shaping climate policy by highlighting emerging issues and providing even sources like the early warning system or something to helping us to have a fast or a rapid solution for this issue. Now we are coming to the organization structure of the IPCC. The IPCC organization structure includes dedicated working groups. These working groups are playing a massive role in leading the work inside the IPCC structure. Okay, the working groups overview. The IPCC is organized into three working groups. The working groups will focus on the physics science. The working group 2 is focusing on the vulnerabilities and adaptation impact. The working group 3 is evaluate the mitigation of climate change. So the three working groups. The first working group working on the scientific, the physics science. The second working group is working on the vulnerabilities and adaptation, and the third working group is working on mitigation. So it is clear that the first working group for anyone that is interested in science and physics, he can engage with the first working group. The second working group is for the people that from the less developed countries or the vulnerable countries that working on adaptation or vulnerabilities. They can work on this work in this working group to show the world and to give us practical action from the ground. If you are from Africa, if you are from Asia, you can join the second working group and to give them the clear impact to follow the work in this second working group. If you are from Europe or from US or from any developed countries or from Australia, you can engage with the third working group because that working on adaptation. So your country is working to adapt with climate change. Anyone he can engage with any of the three working groups depending on his experience, depending on his environment, depending on where he is growing, and depending on his background. Report writing process. So the report writing process involves collaboration between governments and experts. Governments agree on an outline, nominate experts, and the IPCC will select co-chairs and others draft undergo several rounds of expert and governmental review. So as we said before, it is a voluntary work. The government that they are nominate experts to join to work under the IPCC to have the progress and sharing with the other chairs and co-chairs. So contribution from countries. So the countries play a vital role in IPCC by nominating others and reviewers, ensuring regional representation or outreach. So all the 195 members of the IPCC, they have the right to nominate speakers, to nominate experts to join and to be the chair or to be the co-chair of that. Future directions and opportunities. The transition from Article 6 to Article 7, that this is the period that we are now, makes crucial phase in the IPCC mission to shape global climate policy and strengthen scientific understanding. So this special period between the last assessment report and the current assessment report giving us a clear fact and clear that the IPCC has a big role in this work transition from Article 6 to Article 7, as we said before. After the Article 6 synthesis report 2023 to 2023, it is the COP27. During the COP27, the participation of youth and global south experts. Yeah, we need youth representation in IPCC. We need to have an experts that understanding the mechanism of IPCC, to know how it is working, to know the structure inside, to know its goals, to know the working goals, how it is working, to know how to write in the assessment reports, or scientific or technical support the youth need to understand. The IPCC has actively encourage greater involvement of youth and researchers from developing countries in Arctic sector. So this is the current circle of the assessment report. As we said, the current circle is taking 5 to 7 years. So there is still time to engage with the IPCC. There's time to engage, and this is time to learn about it, to get your power or your spot there. The power of the Article 7 for policy discussions. Article 7 is poised to significantly influence climate policy, providing crucial evidence for indices. The indices is a national determined contribution, updates and addressing the urgent need for adaptation, major and well-informed global dialogue on loss and damage, or loss and damage even. It is a very important topic under the climate change negotiations, because we were talking about adaptation and mitigation, but now after, because the temperatures already reached the 1.5 Celsius degrees, we are now seeing and feeling and touching the losses and damage because of the climate change. And this is what the current circle of the assessment report will help us to solve this, and to stop the damage and to stop the losses by stopping stopping the issue of climate change. And now today I'm creating this video. There is a meeting in Zambia, I think in Zambia, the first meeting of the eighth meeting of the board for funding, the board for the loss and damage board for funding, and they are now negotiating to have a structure of this loss and damage fund, because now it is new body coming, and now they are working hard to let us to see what is the impact, what is the rule that it will work, and how it will help us to solve this issue. I'm not sure if they are meeting in Zambia, but I think in Zambia or Zimbabwe. Okay. Yeah, it is very interesting topic, and I'm encouraging people to engage with this intergovernmental panel, and to know their role and what they are helping us to do. I think now we reached the end of this video, and I hope you get a few information about this, about the IPCC, and I am encouraging you to go to the official website of the IPCC, and to learn about it, to learn about the history, to see how you can engage with them, and to understand this structure that will help you to understand good, and even to go to read the six assessment report, to start from the far to SAR, TAR, until to get to the six assessment report, because the assessment report 7 we don't have it, because now we are in the cycle of the assessment report 7, but there is 6 assessment reports you have to go to learn, and to get information from that. After that, you will have a good information about the impact of climate change and about the IPCC, so you will understand and you will be able to engage with the policy engagement or the negotiation engagement that will help you to reach your goal and to be engaged with the climate change agenda. So we reached this video, but will keeping creating and creating this video for capacity building and for awareness for the youth and for anyone interested in engaging with climate change, because climate change is a global warming global challenge. So we need anyone to share his information, to share what he know, to help the others to know, and to help the others to help him to have what we are willing to have together, because you are alone you could not work, because we need to work together. So we will close this video here, and we will meet you in another video. We're gonna talk about another topic. See you next time. Bye bye.